takes the franchise lead for defensive tackles.
All right, Tony, on the other side, DJ Moore came over in that trade that sent the #1 pick to Carolina. How well do you think he's fitting into this offense?
Well, it's been really well for the last 2 weeks. He got his touchdown in both games, but he's coming off his best game last week. 8 receptions, 131 yards, and a touchdown. That's why they brought him here. He's an explosive player. Justin Fields' favorite toy.
Well, speaking of Justin Fields, the good news for him, he had his first 300-yard game of his career on Sunday, plus a career-high 4 touchdowns. The bad is that Denver, of course, had that scoop and score on his fourth-quarter fumble, and he threw a game-ending pick that kind of sums up the Bears during this 14-game losing streak. Even when it's good, it's bad. And when it's bad, it's terrible.
Set in motion now, left to right, Mooney.
In this brief moment, things were good. Fitting for this era. Time to point these fingers somewhere. But first, we gotta go backwards.
Chiefs lead 40-0, 3 touchdowns.
41 zip. Capping off a week to make Papa Bear grimace from the grave.
Right now, we're just having him stay, not be in the building.
But no one in our building's panicking.
What do you think was causing you to speak so much?
Could be, coaching.
Over the middle, intercepted on the ricochet.
Turnovers and penalties, bad defense and worse offense. Same old Bears.
Frustrating the #1
Derailing the off-season hype train of splashy moves.
I'm just happy to be here.
Summer smiles.
It's going to be a good day, man.
And 100% commitment to the young buck. Made sense coming off the electric finish in 22. Only once Getsy took 6 weeks to start running the kid who runs fast.
You are an elite runner of the football.
Run it with him.
So, now, who's to blame? How can this era even move forward?
5-man pressure. Throws the ball in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Cooper scoops it. And here we go. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Buzz has
Denver.
it on the way. Plenty of leg.
And it is good.
Fields throws over the middle, intercepted. That is going to put an exclamation point on a comeback.
After tonight, what happens next?
I know Bears fans want to know the answer to that. For more on this team, let's bring back Michael Smith.
Oh boy, where to begin with the Bears? Maybe with a microcosm of a tense first month around it within the organization. Wide receiver Chase Claypool has received more attention for answering negatively the question of whether he thought the Bears were putting him in position to succeed than for anything he's done on the field since Chicago traded for him last season, what ended up being the 32nd pick in the 23 draft. Claypool is inactive again tonight after being away from the team this week. The whole thing's giving, you're grounded. No, I'm going to my room. Now nearly a year since they last won a game and mired in a franchise worst 14-game losing streak and a franchise worst 3-18 in the Eberflus era. Keep in mind, the Bears have never fired a coach in season in team history. And everybody I talk to in the front office is preaching the same thing. Positivity, patience, perspective about the team building process, and as you heard a moment ago, no panic. Not to turn a frown upside down. Keep in mind that thanks to the Bryce Young trade last year, Chicago owns its own first-round pick and the rights to fellow 0-4 Carolina's 24th first-round pick. So when the Bears face the Panthers on November 9th on TNF, in that sense, guys, for once, Chicago can't lose.
Thank you for unpacking all of that. In fact, you mentioned dates. October 24th, 2022 was the last time that this Bears team won a game. So it's been 14 straight losses, as Michael just outlined there. There's a lot of variables that have contributed to this chaos. But if you had to pick one issue, you only get one, what is it for the Bears?
I'm going to take 2. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm taking 2.
You know what, Tony? It's your world. We're living in it. Go for it.
I think it goes without saying. It starts from the top. Matt Eberflus, you got to coach better defensively, and they have not been that good. But I'll go to the offensive side of the ball. And when you go to the offense, you got to talk about the quarterback, Justin Fields. Last year, remember the last 8 games of the season, this guy was a bona fide superstar. After our game, we talked about it. He's superstar. 1,143 yards and 8 touchdowns. That is second all-time in the NFL. And then this year, I know what they wanted to do. They brought DJ Moore in. They want to throw the ball down the field. They want him to be more of that conventional quarterback, but it's not working so far. So I'm confused. Why wouldn't you go out there and have more design runs for him? Because right now, you're not putting this kid in the best position to be successful. I can't put all the blame on Justin Fields, but he's also got to play better. But also, I want to see them run the football more with him. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, and I also think the positives are he has playmakers surrounding him. DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet at the tight end position, and then the two running backs. Rashawn Johnson has really been playing well. I hope we see more of him and Khalil Herbert. But with Justin Fields, what you're going to see is you can see the uncertainty in his feet when he plays quarterback. So if he's taking a drop and he doesn't know where to go with the football, you see it's a lazy drop. He's bouncing around. He doesn't know what to do. So in this one right here, what are the two options? Take a sack or throw an inaccurate ball. This is what I like that I've been seeing out of him, especially last week. His feet are in the ground. Look what they're in. They're in 21 or 12 personnel, so they've got two receivers. Move him out of the pocket a little bit. Let's take advantage of his athleticism. There's a dime right there. And then this one right here, what do we see? We see him putting his foot into the ground and delivering a strike. Again, that's a fullback out there, so this is 12 and 21 personnel. So what I think they found last week was, let's get our two receivers in the field, let's limit who we can look at down the field, and let's let them go out there and play.
All right, on the other side, Matt Eberflus has a defensive background. So when you look at that side of the ball, over the last 2 seasons, this team has given up the most points in the league. How do you correct it? Can you, Sherm?
Yeah, you keep top on the defense. Right now, you have so much hope coming into the season. You had Jaquan Brisker, Eddie Jackson, Jalen Johnson, and these guys have been banged up, but they've given up the most explosive passes in the NFL. You can't win like that.
Let me tell you something. I'm hearing lots of reasons they cannot be good, and yet defense, offense, the coaches can't figure out the communication in the building. I'm going to take us back to a time you were with me, Fitz. Cincinnati Bengals, 2008. We started the season 0-8. I lost a lot of games in Cincinnati early, Sherman. We started the season 0-8. We had a walkthrough. After that walkthrough, Fitz will remember this. I called up the offense and I let them know, hey, I've never been anywhere that we just accepted being bad. We had lost Carson Palmer for the season. We're not going to walk out there every week and just be people's stepping stools. We went to this game. We end up playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I end up Walter Payton Man of the Year, my first of my 2 ejections in the NFL, fighting Big Bad John. We had a war all day. Look at this. Oh, yeah. We throwing a couple there, Sherman. You got to learn in this game, at some point, you have to put your foot in the ground. There's no excuses. Let's go out and compete.
You put the hand in the helmet. I always wondered about throwing punches with the guy that has the helmet on. That's how tough you are?
At that point, it didn't matter. Did you see me in that?
One person not in the fight scrum.
Yeah, where were you, Fitz?
That video. Where were you?
I was his hype man. I was in the background saying, get him, get
he was on eBay selling all his Magic Johnson merchandise at this point.
That was Fitz's first career start win.
Quickly, then we got to get to break. Is this fixable?
No. If you come out with that mentality every week, I think that's what they got to worry about. It's not about fixable there. To me, it's about I don't see them playing that way every week. And until you do that, we can talk X's and O's all we want. They don't finish plays right now.
They need to learn from Captain Insano, apparently. But, yeah, they don't have any fight.
Captain Insano. All right. Amazon Music Live.